Hey, what's up? Xavier here, back again with another video. And just chilling on a Saturday night, just came from going out. And I'm about to blast, or should I say, I'm about to jam this album that I'm about to talk about that has something to do with the title of this video. Today is June 30th. For those of you that don't know or do know, today marks 20 years that the Def Squad had released their debut album, El Niño. Now, for those of you that don't know the Def Squad or not familiar with them, the Def Squad is an East Coast hip-hop trio consisted of legendary hip-hop artists Keith Murray, Redman, and Erick Sermon. You may remember Erick Sermon from the group EPMD. And today has been 20 years since their El Niño album was released. And looking back on this album 20 years later, I believe that this album should have went platinum instead of gold. And to me, that's really the problem with this generation. They don't really appreciate real artists that has real talent, who has potential, who has lyricism, or who has a nice singing voice and doesn't use that overrated garbage ass autotune. It's like yesterday, everybody was so hyped up about this Drake album. What's so hyped up about this Drake album? Drake is trash. And this album from Drake is more of a big piece of dog shit than Jay-Z's 444 album that came out 1 year ago today. And it hasn't even a week when that Drake album was released and it already went platinum. That's what I'm talking about. How come we don't appreciate real hip-hop artists or real R&B singers that has potential, who doesn't get the recognition they deserve throughout their amazing careers? Even Shaquille O'Neal didn't get the credit he deserves during his hip-hop career in the 90s. Yeah, his debut album, Shaq Diesel, might have negative reviews, but the album still went platinum. And that's another classic album that will be 25 years old this year. But this is about the El Niño album by the Def Squad. And I believe the Def Squad needs to come back with another album, because it has been 20 years since this album came out. And they definitely need to come back with another album, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but they definitely need to come back with another album. This album is definitely a classic. I'm pissed that it did not go platinum instead of gold. Definitely had great lyrical content from all three of these MCs that are part of this group. To me, Redman's lyrics are fire. He's in my top 5 best lyricists of all time. Yeah, Redman's lyrics were the best on this album in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I like Keith Murray and Erick Sermon's lyrics on this album too, but I just like Redman's lyrics even more. Redman is super underrated, no doubt about it. Keith Murray, he underrated too, and so is Erick Sermon. Redman has to be my favorite member of the Def Squad. I think Keith Murray is my second favorite and Erick Sermon is my third. But how old was I when this album came out? I believe I was 7 years old, going on to the 2nd grade when this album came out. And I just turned 27. And I do thank Erick Sermon, Redman, and Keith Murray for this classic project. And I hope they come back with another album, like I said, because mumbling rap days is garbage. I can't stand these so-called hip-hop fans not appreciating artists that has talent, like these 3 legendary hip-hop artists. It's like, come on. So I just want to come on here and explain to you guys before this day is over that it's been 20 years since the Def Squad released their debut album El Nino. And let me know, what do you guys think about this album in the comments below? And also, do you think the Def Squad should come back and show these so-called hip-hop artists of today what real hip-hop is? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my video for more channels, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm about to bump this album right now on YouTube. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. Peace. Happy 20th anniversary to the Def Squad El Niño album.